Welcome to the Every Wise Woman Builds podcast. My name is Rebecca Love Doris, and today I'm with my daughter Lexie Joy, and we're going to talk to you about hymns. When I was a little girl, I remember sitting in church, and the best thing that I liked about the hymn book was sitting with my friend, racing to find the songs and trying to beat each other. I remember tracing my finger over the title on the front cover. But as far as the words, I didn't know what they were. I didn't understand what they were, and I didn't really care to. Some of the songs I liked because they were fun to sing, but I never really thought about what they meant. That all changed when I was in high school, and some older, mostly seniors and a junior, sang some hymns on the marching band bus. Now, this was a public school, and it was always a shock to hear anything spiritual at school because that just never happened. So to hear them singing all these amazing hymns in beautiful harmony, it was a shock, and it was a really good shock. That day, I fell in love with hymns. I started paying attention to the words because really the stark contrast between what we were used to, which was constant cuss and constant perverted stuff, with things like blessed assurance, Jesus is mine, oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of love, born of his spirit, washed in his blood. Hearing that compared to what we were all used to hearing just kind of shocked my system, and it made me start to listen to the words. And every song that we sung that day, when I would sing them in church after that, they meant so much more to me. So then fast forward, I began to realize that as an adult, I began to realize that it's a command of God for us to speak to ourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs. And so I started looking around for hymn books, and I found one that they weren't using at church anymore, and they said I could have it. So I took it home, and we were married by this time. David and I were married, and I don't think we had any kids yet. And we just sat one night and just started reading it like the hymns to each other. Just reading them, not singing them, but just reading the lyrics to each other. And both of us just fell in love with them because they are so beautiful, and they're so rich, and they're just awesome. Then when I had a little boy, I guess, I don't know if I forgot about hymns or what, but I wanted to help him learn, and he was just a baby. And I found that nursery rhymes would stimulate his brain, and especially the cadence and the rhythm and the rhyme would help him to process language and would make him better at speaking when he got older, better at reading. And so I think I probably went to the library maybe and got a Mother Goose book, but it made no sense. And I would get so interested in what they were about that I couldn't enjoy the just saying the nursery rhymes to him. I wanted to know, what does this really mean? What is it, Lexie? Ride a black horse to Banbury Cross to see a fine lady on a white horse. You know that one?
I used to say ride a horse to Banbury better to see a fine lady on a white horse. Rings on her bells on her fingers, rings on her toes. She will make music wherever she goes.
That's good. Yeah, ride a cock horse. That's right. So the whole time I'm like, what does that mean? Who is that? And there has to be a story behind it. So I just couldn't enjoy it because I was too interested. And this was before we had internet or anything.
What is it? It's like a really long poem or something.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it is, but it's just a really long poem that lady said.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. Most of those nursery rhymes, the Mother Goose, like, who is Mother Goose? I want to know that. I want to know what Bye Black Sheep means. And I've heard what Ring Around the Rosie means. You know what that means?
Mm-hmm. Something about, I don't remember what it's called.
The Black Death?
Yeah, the Black Death. And I don't remember it.
Yeah, Ring Around the Rosies. It used to be Ring Around the Nosies, Pocket Full of Posies, because they thought the posies kept the plague away. Ashes, ashes was when they were sneezing or when they were burning the houses.
That's what you said, that there was burning the houses.
We All Fall Down is?
Dying.
Yeah. And so It just kind of creeped me out. So anyway, I wanted to stimulate my little boy's brain, but nursery rhymes just seemed weird. And then I realized hymns have the rhythm, they have the rhyme. They'll actually teach him things that will stay with him the rest of his life. Like, Lexie, do you remember the story of Darlene Rose?
I know it, but I forgot what it was about.
You know, she's the one that had the bananas brought to her cell because she prayed for a banana. And
oh, yeah.
Anyway, y'all need to look that up. The testimony of Darlene Rose Deibler is amazing. But anyway, in this concentration camp in World War II, she remembered hymns, and they came back to her when she was at her lowest point. And I believe probably Corrie ten Boom said the same thing, that the verses in the hymns they had memorized stayed with them. And I know a lot of people have that testimony, that hymns that they learn as a small child become so precious to them and such a help to them when they get older. So I thought, well, I want to do that. I started reading David Allen. When he'd take his little bath in the mornings, I would just read him like several hymns. I'd just go through the hymn book and go through and read them to him. Like I would start, I'll just like this one. Son of my soul, thou Savior dear, it is not night if thou be near. Oh, may no earthborn cloud arise to hide thee from thy servant's eyes. When the soft dews of kindly sleep my weary eyelids gently steep, be my last thought, how sweet to rest forever on my Savior's breast. Abide with me from morn till eve, for without thee I cannot live. Abide with me when night is nigh, for without thee I dare not die. Be near to bless me when I wake, ere through the world my way I take. Abide with me till in thy love I lose myself in heaven above. I love that one. And that one has a pretty tune too. Here's another one that I love to read, David Allen. Jesus, lover of my soul, let me to thy bosom fly, while the near waters roll, while the tempest still is high. Hide me, O my Savior, hide, till the storms of life be past. Safe unto thy haven guide, O receive my soul at last. Other refuge have I none, hangs my helpless soul on thee. Leave me not alone, still support and comfort me. All my trust on... What? Yeah, it is. It's just a different tune. All my trust on thee is stayed, all my help from thee I bring. Cover my defenseless head with the shadow of thy wing. Plenteous grace with thee is found, grace to cover all my sin. Let the healing streams abound, make and keep me pure within. Thou of life the fountain art, freely let me take of thee. Spring thou up within my heart, rise to all eternity. So Lexie, if you were, say when you grow up and you have kids, how would you teach your kids hymns?
I would do how we've been doing it, like do it like first day, we'd do the same 3 songs the whole week. First day, I would sing all of them by myself. And the second day, I would do You Say What I Say things.
Like, repeat after me.
Yes. And then you would do, and then I would keep on doing that until the last day of the week. Then I would let them do it by themselves.
And you think tell what John did today. I wish I had taped that. Did you see him? Oh, it was Psalm 78, but John was sitting there leading it.
Oh, yeah. He was like, my skill of Asaph. And then Joe said, my skill of Asaph. And he said, give ear, O my people, to my law. And he said, and Joe said, give ear, O my people, to my law. And he said, and he said, what was it? And Joe said, incline my ear to the words of my mouth. And he said, incline my ear to the words of my mouth.
He's eating as he does it, but it was really cute. He's 2 years old, and he learns the quickest of any of them. And that's what scared me into doing this, because I had to stop doing it for years. Like I did this with the 2 older boys, and they have really, really excelled in a lot of things. But I quit doing it for a while because I was so overwhelmed with just life. But John, our youngest, is 2, and I can't remember. Oh, it was that stupid Bulbous Bouffant thing. There's this silly thing that they were listening to. And little John was going, Bulbous Bouffant. What was he saying?
Bulbous Bouffant, Blubber Macadamia.
Yeah, it goes Bulbous Bouffant Blubber Macadamia Gazebo. And John was doing this, and he's 2. And he was doing Bulbous Bouffant Blubber Macadamia Gazebo. Well, yeah.
Bouffant Blubber Macadamia.
Yeah. Yeah, he had it down so well that he had his own spin to it. And I felt so guilty listening to him do that. I thought, wow, he could be, if he can say that nonsense, he could be learning so much that I'm not taking the time to teach him. Well, I realized I have got to get on the ball and I've got to be teaching them. So I've restarted.
That's him.
Yeah, that's him. Do you like learning new hymns, or is it boring to you?
I like learning new hymns.
How come?
Because I like them. Only I never know the tune of it. I don't know what the tune of From Greenland's Icy Mountains is.
I don't either. I just saw it in the hymn book and I liked it, so I read it to you. Like every podcast, we're not doing this because we are professionals or anything, but we're doing this because it's fun to share things we've learned, and we think you might enjoy this too, because it really is fun to learn hymns, and it is fun for when times are rough to have a good hymn to fall back on, because they just kind of come to your brain when you need them. Anyway, so I hope this helps you. I hope this inspires you to maybe find an old hymn book, or you can just subscribe on my website, because I'm starting a hymn of the day, and you can get that by subscribing, and you'll also be getting the podcasts and the blog posts. It's kind of like a daily devotional, and you can just read them out loud to yourself, or you can sing them. It has a very plain version of the tune at the bottom. Nothing too fancy that'll distract you, but just the tune so that you can know how it goes if you want to know, or you can just read it like a poem. But I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for listening to the Every Wise Woman Builds podcast. We have really enjoyed talking to you about hymns today. If you are interested in learning more about, or just learning more hymns, where can they go, Lex?
everywisewomanbuilds.com.
Yes. And you can subscribe to get them delivered directly to your inbox for free every weekday morning, except Tuesdays and Thursdays, when you will get a podcast or a blog post. Hope you enjoy that. God bless.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Turn your heart toward home. You've been gone so long. Turn your heart toward home.
No, John, just say it.
Let's go to Rachel.
Do you want to do it? Do you want to lead it?
John, say masculine.
Say, you say what I say.
You say what I say.
You say what I say.
You say what I say. I say, give ear my people.
Give ear, all my people.
Give ear my people to my law.
Give ear, all my people, to my law.
And the word of my mouth.
Incline your
ears to the words of my mouth.
Incline your ears to the words of my mouth.
Incline your
Say,
ears. I will open my mouth and it's parable.
I will open my mouth in a parable.